After serving in the West Virginia House and Senate, and then as Secretary of State from 2001 to 2005, Joe Manchin was elected governor of West Virginia in 2005, where he served until he was sworn into the United States Senate on November 15, 2010, to fill the seat left vacant by the late Senator Robert C. Byrd. Throughout his career in public service, Joe Manchin's remarkable leadership skills, his business acumen, his common-sense approach to problem-solving and complex issues, and his ability to bring people together have produced nothing less than extraordinary results. From his days as a state legislator, to his 6 years as governor, to his current role, Senator Manchin has always been committed to his philosophy of what he calls retail government. That is, connecting with all of his constituents and making service to them his top priority. Throughout his public life, he has never let politics or ideology stand in the way of common sense solutions. Instead, he believes that only by putting politics aside and working hard to bring people together can he do what is right for West Virginia and right for the nation.
Joe Manchin is my best friend in the Senate because he is an independent thinker, always putting the people of West Virginia first.
I said, yeah, Joe, come on up here. It'll be fun all the time. He has reminded me of that a number of times because I know he, like me and many of us who were governors before, have had some frustrating moments.
At a time when our country is plagued by partisanship, we need leaders who can reach across the aisle and get things done. There's no one who works harder and more successfully at it than Joe Manchin.
Joe Manchin's character that I admire the most is he likes to get results. And that's because he's been a governor. I tell my Senate colleagues that one former governor is worth 5 of anything else, which doesn't make very many of my colleagues happy because, well, they're not governors.
During his term as governor, he worked closely with Republicans and Democrats to cut taxes, reduce regulations, attract a record number of corporate investments, create new jobs, and expand vital social services for seniors and the poor, all while leaving the state with budget surpluses every single year. As a senator, Joe Manchin has brought that same spirit of bipartisanship to Washington. As he has done throughout his entire life, he remains committed to working with both Republicans and Democrats to find common sense solutions to the problems our country faces, and is working hard to usher in a new bipartisan spirit in the Senate and Congress.
I remember when Joe moved into his Senate office. He told me, I'm going to bring my own rug. You see, Joe was a carpet salesman early in his career. And you know what? That was indicative of Joe. He does it himself. He doesn't wait for somebody else. And when he wants to create a compromise, he himself will go from office to office, trying to find members who can work with him.
Sometimes Joe and I have been sitting in his office, a couple of beers around, and once word gets out that a Republican and a Democrat are sitting down a cordial situation where everyone is welcome, we start getting more and more senators showing up. People want to be in that environment where they can say, this is what I've heard about your side. It's not going to be some sort of a contentious thing, and whatever's said in the room is not going to appear in your next campaign.
Legislatively, job creation is Senator Manchin's top priority, and he believes that government should act as a partner, not an adversary, in helping create an environment that produces good American jobs. He also believes that our nation can and must do what he did in West Virginia, put our fiscal house in order, finding common sense ways to cut spending while keeping our promises to our seniors and veterans by protecting Social Security and Medicare. Senator Manchin is a tireless worker, currently serving on the Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee, the Senate Armed Services Committee, the Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs, and the Senate Special Committee on Aging, 4 critical committees that tackle the important work of addressing our nation's energy needs, standing up for the military, defending our small banks and local credit unions, helping the housing market recover, and keeping our promises to seniors. Importantly, no matter what the issue, There is no one today that has so consistently displayed the willingness to compromise and work strategically across the great political divide for the good of our nation. His historical perspective, his institutional knowledge, his innate insight into the complexities of global politics, coupled with a myopic focus on protecting the interests and security of America, have allowed Senator Manchin to make an enduring contribution to our nation.